Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Our Hollywood. I'm Daniel.
I'm Kim.
And today, we're kind of like not okay.
I'm okay.
Oh.
Speak for yourself.
Well, how are you?
I know, we haven't really talked.
I haven't spoken to anyone in like a week.
Yeah, we both were just saying, like, we haven't really talked to anybody. I feel fine. Like, I actually feel like I've gotten my shit together a little bit and feeling like my girl boss hat is being put on again.
Okay.
I feel okay for once.
Okay. I feel...
Well, you have school and you're like
okay,
done.
Yeah. So mentally, not well. Physically, fantastic.
Great.
So if we want to like unpack that a little bit, so here's what I found out. So I found out that you can get the COVID vaccine if you're considered overweight.
Yeah,
right?
That's how I got mine.
Guess what? I've been working out for like a year now and like dieting. I'm 0.3. Not okay. So
Under?
like I just got out of the overweight thing.
Damn, you
I picked the worst time to be a skinny legend.
Because I saw this girl, like she's one of my mutuals, and she puts on her close friend story, like if you have a high BMI, you can get the vaccine right now. And I literally like, girl, send me the link. Yeah. And so like I literally didn't hesitate. And then I sent my friend the link too, and she was like, it's all booked. And I was like, I got so fucking lucky.
Yeah.
And my second dose is in like 2 weeks.
How fun.
Less than, so.
But I am.
Woo!
Okay.
Summer!
Wait, which one did you get?
Moderna?
Okay, I think I'm going to get Johnson & Johnson because I'm going to LA on Sunday, and Cal State LA is like giving out.
That's like a risky one, no?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's like government approved.
Yeah.
Not that I trust them.
Isn't that the one that's only one dose?
Yeah. I'll be the guinea pig. Not me. I feel like I'm the first person to get it, but like for like no one that I know has gotten it.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, hey guys, these are my symptoms.
Okay.
So before we get into our topic and we
You're just gonna pull up to LA?
No, I was already going to LA, and then I saw like the Cal State LA stuff, and I was like, oh, maybe if they're still doing it, I'll go.
But don't you have to prove you're a LA resident, or?
No, you literally just drive up and they jab your arm.
Whoa.
Literally, you don't ask for anything.
Crazy.
Because they had a surplus.
I remember when I went to go get my vaccine, the guy looked, because I was the only young person there. I was literally the only young person. And mind you, like, I showed up in like an Ed Hardy, like, trucker hat, like,
I remember your vaccine fit.
Yeah. Like, I was fitted up. I was not like the other people. And the guy literally was like, what qualifies you to get this? And I was like, are you blind? Like,
what did you say?
I literally was like, my BMI. I literally was like, and then he was like, okay, and I just strutted past him. I literally don't care. I will.
What qualifies you?
Yeah, because there was an older gentleman like 2 rows down from me throwing a hissy fit because he didn't schedule an appointment.
Oh.
He just showed up, and they're like, that's not how it works. Obviously. And he was like, I run a small business.
King.
And I was like, king of small businesses, but like,
get it together also.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But also, like, I was listening to him talk. Sorry, I was also listening to talk about it, but I don't think he actually did. He just sounded like he was trying to make up excuses as to why.
Oh, he didn't have a small business?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he said that, and he said a couple other things. He's bringing up his family, and I was like,
maybe he has like a Depop and he calls it a small business.
Not a Depop. Maybe eBay.
Oh, period. Is this not centered? Not that bad. Oh, speaking of all the previous episodes, except for like 5 that I had to re-edit, but they're all.
Speaking of, you went from Depop
because I was like, are we centered like in the view?
Okay.
And then I was like, if you're watching, you know that now all of our episodes are on our YouTube channel. It's called it's Our Hollywood. And I'm gonna try to upload them there the day they come out. Will that happen?
I feel like over the summertime it'll be better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Also follow Our Hollywood on Instagram. It's Our.Hollywood. Our Hollywood on TikTok. It's just Our Hollywood. And then we have Letterboxd now, so you can all the movies that we talk about you can find on the Letterboxd.
Literally, Daniel texted me while I was asleep, and by the time I woke up, I got a notification like
the marketing was up.
Yeah, the marketing was up. He's like, I'm gonna make a Letterboxd, and by the time I woke up, I kind of woke up to the notification on Instagram, and I was like, what did he post? And then I saw that the Letterboxd was live, and I was like, the way he did that so quick.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I was asleep for like a while.
Well, I also wanted to distract myself from doing actual things.
I'm sure that was fun though.
It was just tedious. I don't think it was
love
like
tedious
a good time.
tasks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I live for a
I don't
tedious
know why
task.
I did it. Well, you were asleep. You didn't really have a chance to
No,
volunteer.
you just made the decision, and I woke up and it was
That's
already
so funny.
happened.
Anyway, so yeah, and the letterbox is at Our Hollywood. People are actually following it, so I'm
So
glad people were
fun.
using that resource.
So fun. I'll add it to my link tree.
So, okay, so I started just writing down things that I thought, and then I realized they were all like pop culture things. So I was like,
Are they
let's see.
recent ones?
Yeah, like this week.
Did you do the things that happened today? 2 people died today.
Oh yeah.
DMX died today.
Did you see what Carrie Washington tweeted?
No, I haven't been on social media all today.
She
Really?
tweeted. Let me find her tweet. I was like, Carrie. People are saying that she got hacked, but I think she just was trying.
And Prince Philip died, but like that doesn't really affect us.
No, not really.
So
And it
I was
coming.
on TikTok for like a little bit, and people were going in on Prince Philip. I was like, he
Yeah.
literally just died today.
No,
Can you guys like wait a week? Y'all have
his body's not even cold yet.
Yeah, because no, that's what I'm saying. Like they were making jokes about Queen Elizabeth having a hot girl summer, which is funny. Which is funny. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and lie that that's not funny, but like, babes, it's been like 2 hours. Like you guys need to
I feel
chill.
like he was dead for a week, and they just were like, we need to prepare. I don't think he died, and they were like, announce it. I feel like it was a secret. Also, did you say Meghan Markle has to go to the funeral?
Oh, that's so
Oh my
awkward.
God, I would pay every single penny in my bank account to be at that funeral.
I mean, they don't really have much. The only reason they have money to leave was
No,
because
me.
you.
I would give money to be there.
Oh, you. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking from the perspective of Meghan Markle.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I don't want to be in that position. Anyway, so Carrie Washington tweeted, anybody else wondering what DMX and His Royal Highness Prince Philip are chatting about together at the pearly gates? My love to both their families. Maybe.
I don't think that was a hack. I genuinely.
And then it got deleted. Yeah, I think she.
I think she.
That fully consciously.
Mean, it's a fair thought. Did she need to tweet about it?
Well, people were replying. They were like, "Baby, Prince Philip is going out." So I think that's why she deleted it. Anyway, okay, so that was one of my things. I wrote Prince Philip is dead. So he's dead.
Yeah, that was the first thing I saw when I woke up this morning. I like turned over and I saw the news thing on your iPhone, you know, when it gives you a news thing.
I just use Twitter.
I don't know why it turned on. I didn't turn this on.
I think they did it against our will. Like the U2 album.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's so funny. That's like a cultural event. Like that's a pop culture event.
I just don't know how they thought that was gonna be a good idea. Oh my God, that bird is red. Okay, so I also wrote mini Stay Puffs. So they released a new teaser for the new Ghostbusters movie with Paul Rudd. And here's the thing, I know when they do little versions of things that it's just to sell things.
Oh yeah.
And I don't care. I fully endorse this trend.
You've told me,
Baby Groot, Baby Yoda.
You've told me this take.
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah,
did you see them?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna show you. They're like.
I literally was on social media for like an hour total today, which is surprising.
I put on my story like 3 days ago. Okay, mini Stay. Well, do you know what the Stay Puff thing is from Ghostbusters? Like the big marshmallow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me the little one. Aww.
And there's like a lot of them.
So tiny.
Wait. Oh my God, there's already fan art.
Wait, why is it cute?
But they're like killing each other, which is kind of scary. Oh my God, I can't find the scene, but they were like roasting each other. Like one of them had like a stake through it.
It's like Cinnamon Toast Crunch vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like that. Anyway, love that.
It's so cute. They're so.
Yeah. They're literally
marshmallows.
Yeah. They already released like merch.
For
like
those?
Little mystery like things where it's like a different one, and yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, I love that. I love mystery shit.
I love mystery things.
I love mystery boxes so fucking much.
The GLAAD Awards were yesterday, and there was a Glee reunion, which I like knew was obviously we knew it was coming, like we saw it everywhere. But like when I watched it, I was not okay.
No, I wasn't ready. We literally both took pictures of
yeah.
ourselves to send to each other, but we were literally messing. And my face,
swollen.
like, yes, I literally was like, my cheek was enlarged.
I feel like when you try to hold back tears, they like pack in your face and it like expands.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe while I was like, okay. I was like,
it was, and like it wasn't as like, I don't know why I was not okay. Well,
it wasn't like terribly emotional. I was really happy.
They were all like, we love
Memoriam.
her. Like they have no tears left to cry. Like they got it all out already. And so like this was like rehearsed.
And it was rehearsed. You could tell they like had things prompted to say.
But when they started reading the thing that Naya's mom wrote, not okay.
Yeah.
I was not okay. Also, why did they have Terry read it?
I know. Maybe, well, literally, that's the only thing she said. And then, fuck, I don't remember his name. Mike Chang. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I didn't even know he was there.
He said one thing, but it was literally like 3 words.
Were they actually on Zoom? I don't think
maybe
they
just got them to record it and make it look.
But
like
then also Jane Lynch was just us theorizing if it was live or not. That one guy was like, maybe "Oh, you all look so good," and Jane Lynch was like, "Yeah."
He wasn't there. Mike Chang. I'm so sorry.
I don't know any of their
Harry Shum Jr.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they just came to me. Yeah.
Anyway, it was a good time, Naya. We love you. That was hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
But it was well needed, and also I didn't know she hosted the GLAAD Awards twice.
Mm-hmm.
Fun for her.
So fun.
Okay, music that came out.
Wait, hold on. Okay. You know what I think made me cry?
We're failing this challenge, by the way.
I didn't know it was a challenge. You didn't explain that part.
Oh, the challenge was like, can we like not talk about something for a lot of time? But I just don't think that's possible.
No.
Okay.
No. I think the part that made me cry was just like, I mean, like I could only imagine how much it would mean if I was like a lesbian woman, like having Santana, especially with the added layer of being Hispanic too. Like when they were talking about that aspect of her character on Glee, I was just like, yeah.
That's why that character was like,
she was like, and then. Fucking God, I don't remember their name. I'm so sorry. The person that plays Unique. They were saying,
hold on.
Besides Glee, there was no other show on television at the time that really had LGBTQ youth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's because if I put Glee cast, there's like hundreds. Anyway, so that was that. Okay, music that came out. There was a lot yesterday.
Good God. Let me just say, Deja Vu, literally, that is probably like...
Oh, okay.
That song is... It's so good.
Driver's License or Deja Vu?
Deja Vu.
I don't agree, but
that's fine.
No, yeah, of course it's fine. Well, like, who cares? But like, I just wanted to know.
I think I wasn't expecting Deja Vu from her. I think that's why I liked it more. Okay. It kind of surprised me. Like, I wasn't expecting her to do like an alternative pop song.
Did I send you the TikTok where Joshua Bassett was like...
Yeah, I saw that.
That was aggressive for no reason.
Okay, not everything's about you either, babe.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I think he looks kind of silly because I was watching her little interview with the producer, and all the lyrics are just kind of made up.
Yeah, I think he truly believes...
She had another boyfriend before him.
Yeah, I think he thinks that... wait, let's not drag children. Oh, wait, how old is he?
He's not a child.
Oh, okay. So I think he thinks that everything she does is, like, about him. Mm-hmm. Because remember him and Sabrina Carpenter were going to have a song, and then they, like, were like, we're not going to do it anymore because people are going to theorize too much.
Oh, I didn't even know they canceled
make your song. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's not that deep. Make a song.
You're going to make money. Sure.
People are going to listen to it more if you make the song.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Weird. I don't know. I just think she's so talented.
Absolutely.
Crazy talented. And I think it was
I think she's going to open for Taylor Swift. That's my theory.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Like her and Conan Gray. It's going to be like a whole family show. For real. Mm-hmm. I just think she's such a good songwriter. I mean, obviously Taylor Swift is her biggest influence, and I will give Taylor Swift that she is an amazing songwriter. Like, yes. Obviously, I love when songs tell stories. Me and too. Both of them do that so well. And especially because she, in her interview, Olivia was like, they picked out that Deja Vu is going to be the follow-up to Driver's License, like, in September.
Okay.
They've had this planned.
Okay.
And so she specifically chose that one because she's like, I don't want to be, like, pigeonholed, essentially. Like, and just to, like, ballads and stuff. Because she's like, I'm normally a ballad girl, but...
I love ballad girls.
Yeah. I literally watched every interview she did. I think she's so well spoken for being so 17, young. 18? She's 17, I think. Like, I was not that articulate when I was 17.
I'm still not that articulate.
No, have you listened to her podcast?
She has a podcast?
No,
ours. Oh my god, sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, no one should have ever let me in front of a camera. I literally like say things and I'm like, shut up. Like, shut up. Also I applied to this like writers thing because I was applying to a lot of like internships and like writers fellowships and that kind of thing. And I applied to one and I had to submit like a writing sample. And then also I had to sign these like not NDAs. They were like these little releases or whatever. And they asked for my social media and I was like, oh my God, they're going to search because it's like a Disney. Well, okay. Disney is like part of it, I think. And so I was like, did I tweet anything bad about Disney? But then I remember that I made a new Twitter for that reason, just in case any.
That's good. Yeah, I need to make my new Twitter.
Because my new Twitter is just like really no thoughts and empty, honestly.
Yeah.
Because everything stays in the drafts. In my last one, it was just think, tweet, and it's out.
Yeah, I think we all did that in like high school.
Yeah, let's not do that anymore, guys.
Especially if you want to go to the entertainment industry.
And also, you know what I think about? Like, we burned so many bridges on this podcast. We literally had like a 30-minute rant about Ellen, so we're never going to be on the Ellen show.
I don't care.
I want to be on the Ellen show.
Why would you want to be on the Ellen show if you talked bad about her?
Because like it just seems fun.
I don't think so anymore. Like, it's fun for moms.
My mom watches the Ellen show.
That's what I'm saying.
So like it would be fun for my mom to see me on the Ellen show.
But we still have Jimmy Fallon.
My mom doesn't watch Jimmy Fallon though.
She can watch the YouTube clip.
I don't think my mom knows how to use YouTube. Okay, what we watched.
I don't think anybody likes Ellen very much anymore.
Moms.
Not our generation though. She literally makes fun of people our age. She would take us on the show and make fun of us. She'd be like, you don't know.
Oh my God, I can't handle that.
You don't know the chorus of Singing in the Rain? Everyone laugh. Like, get over it. Like, who cares that people don't know how to use a fucking rotary phone? God damn.
I do.
I do too, but
So
like,
why?
but like that was like the
like Addison Rae doesn't.
No, but that was an example on her show. Like
Really?
she has a whole segment where she brings young people on and gives them like old items and be like, see, they can't work if they're so stupid.
Oh my God. Okay, Ellen, do you know how to open a PDF? We're never going to be on the Ellen show. Anyway, ad read, and then we'll be back with our guest.
Hi, welcome back from our ad read. I don't know how to bring it back from that ever.
Well, like that.
Okay.
I think that's
Hope you enjoyed listening to our voices in like a different way. In a pre-recorded way.
In a scripted way.
In a scripted way, because it's all pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we have our guest with us now, Miss Abby.
Why are you looking at me to say her name?
I don't know. I don't usually tell the people.
Oh, that's true.
So like I'm like, what do you want me to do? But hi, Abby. How are you doing?
Hi. Thanks for I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We talked about
His answer was different earlier.
No, now I'm good.
Yeah.
I have some coffee in my system now.
Can you do the questions? I'm so bad at this. I can't.
Yeah. Okay. So before we get into our topic, Abby, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you want to do in the entertainment industry.
Yeah. So I've always kind of like Kim, I've always loved movies. It's like one of the only things I'm passionate about. I love movies and actors and all that stuff. So we worked at the movie theater together. That's how we know each other. And when I was working there, Shelby, who you guys interviewed for the female vilification one, she actually asked me to be her assistant on a project for casting. So I did that for a couple months. But what I want to do in the industry is just marketing for movie studios.
Okay, fine.
Fingers crossed. Or PR as well. That's good too.
Those are such fun, like,
Yeah.
sections of the entertainment industry. I love marketing. Which actually, for one of the shows we have to talk about today, they did this marketing, well, for Santa Clarita Diet.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Netflix marketing is always amazing.
Yeah, especially like their in-person marketing, like in-person like events that they have, like they really do the damn thing.
They really do. So our topic today.
Because you have a marketing like minor, right?
Yeah.
And I had a double major, so we all stayed marketing.
Marketing. We're all girl bosses here.
All girl bosses. Dude, marketing is so interesting because like think about anything that you like you have to find out about it somehow, and usually that source is like marketing.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love it.
I love it. Explaining marketing.
It's so fun.
It is fun. So our topic today is TV shows that were canceled too soon. So these are like a wide variety of TV shows. We have every genre, every network, every year. And I think there's some that we feel more passionately about than others.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to talk a little bit about shows that were canceled and then the fans were like, no, thank you.
There are so many shows like that. I didn't realize how many. And like that's why I'm like, this is already a long list. We need to cut it. But I thought these ones were kind of like the most interesting stories.
Yeah, these are some good ones. Because like now, like like buying other networks, buying other TV shows, and then like switching to other networks is like a thing.
Yeah, that's a
Like
thing
people are
now.
just used to it, which is interesting.
I like that.
Anyway, so we're gonna go show by show and then talk about it a little bit. So the first one that we have is Freaks and Geeks.
Okay.
I think.
I have so many things.
Okay. This was released in 1999 and it only had one season.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Whoa.
I know. I feel like I'm the only person on the planet that hasn't seen it.
Like
I just don't know where it is.
It's on no, it's on HBO Max now. No.
No, it's on Hulu.
On Hulu. Oh, I love Hulu.
I love Hulu and HBO Max. I don't like Netflix, to be honest, that much.
Right now. They're in a little slump, but they'll come back.
Oh, 100%. They're literally the biggest one. They have everybody in a chokehold. Yeah. I wouldn't lie if I didn't say I literally was watching Netflix yesterday. Okay. I just want to be quirky and different because I have an individuality complex. Right. Anyways,
so, Freaks and Geeks.
Speaking of the individuality complex, I thought it was so cool for watching the show. I literally thought it was like so fucking cool. Like I was in my like Arctic Monkeys like 1975 bag when I first watched this show. So I literally thought I was like peak indie kid. Yeah. When I was watching the show. And we talked about this before, like when your faves get canceled. Is that the name? Yeah, that one.
Or problematic.
Problematic. You didn't want to say canceled.
Yeah, we didn't want to say canceled.
It's a very touchy word, that word. But I used to love James Franco so much. And I think this was the time where I was just consuming anything that I could get my hands on that was James Franco. And I mean, he's attractive. He is an attractive man, especially in that. And
yeah, I was watching and I remember being like, God, I wish I didn't find him so attractive in this. Like
I know. I was literally watching it like a couple weeks ago and I was like, I literally had to stop because I was like, I can't take this right now. Like, I was on my period too at the time, so I was like ravenous. I was like, I can't deal with this. Maybe I'll start watching it now. And I feel like a lot of people, because actually no, you know what? Because of the revival on Hulu, like it's been kind of introduced to the younger Gen Z people.
And now they are having the same. They're like they think they're so indie. For what when there's like a whole generation of people that have already seen the show. Yeah,
you know,
which is interesting. I'm glad that it has like a little. Like cult vibe.
It is a very good show though. Like I feel like it's like it's kind of like mundane, like nothing really happens, but I think it's really cool. Yeah, I love shows and movies like that. I'm a big fan of movies that don't have plots. Like I feel but so many people don't like that.
I'm okay with it if it's like a good time.
I was gonna say sometimes you leave feeling unsatisfied. Like not all of them, but some of them I leave like, I can't believe I just spent an hour and a half on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. But when it's done well, it's fucking good.
Oh yeah.
This fucking cliffhanger, it just makes me so sad.
Can you just spoil it for me?
I mean, nothing happens. Because, like literally nothing. There's Lindsay.
Is it like a love?
Yeah, it's like kind of like a love triangle.
Okay.
So, James Franco's character Daniel is with Kim, which is Busy Phillips' character. And mind you, this show made me fall in love with Busy Phillips. I adore that woman. I still adore that woman to this day. I think she's one of the most underrated celebrities, like, ever. She is so funny. And the way she, like, raises her children is, like, it's so admirable. And, like, she's best friends with Michelle Pfeiffer. Like, I love that fucking friendship. Love that. She supported her through Heath Ledger's death. Like, they're literally ride or die besties. And I think they're so underrated. And she had like a very short-lived E! Network like talk show. And it was really good. I literally went to it because I was like, I need to go to the Busy Tonight show. And I just stand Busy Phillips. Anyways, so those two characters are actually dating, but then Lindsay, obviously her and Daniel have like sexual tension. Like it's like literally prevalent throughout the whole fucking show. The sexual tension is there, and it make the audience, you're like rooting for them, especially because the Busy Phillips character Kim is really shitty. Like they have a very toxic relationship, like incredibly toxic. And then you have Jason Segel's character Nick, and he is so puppy dog in love with fucking Lindsay. Like hair, like he loves her so much.
That's so funny. Also, this cast is
Stacked, and this is like all their first projects, pretty much.
Ah.
And I think
It's
that's why
stacked.
it's so interesting.
Even
looking back on it.
Even they had Rashida Jones was on it for like an episode, and then the girl who plays Janice Ian was on it for like an episode. It was like I was watching it, and the guy who's in the guy who plays the buzz cut guy with the glasses. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
One of the nerdy friends.
Martin Starr. Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah,
he is. He's been in so many things
stuff.
recently. Yeah. He's really funny.
Shiloh.
Is he in the Spider-Mans? Is that him?
Oh.
As a teacher?
No idea.
Wait, let's find out.
Yeah, he's in the new Spider-Man as Tom Holland's teacher, or Peter Parker, whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Oh my, he's in a lot of things. He was in the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a thing?
Like he's low-key in like everything, but he's like a very small character, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's really good at comedic relief, which I think is what his characters are always like, even in Freaks and Geeks. But I forget why they canceled. I just think
I just looked it up.
They didn't like Judd Apatow. Judd Apatow did not have like a good time, like at this time. Like people didn't really like his stuff. What did you listen?
What I found right now, is it true? I don't know, but it said that like their ratings weren't like there at all.
Oh yeah.
And like Cops was in their 10th season and got better ratings than them. So then they were like, if Cops is getting higher ratings than us, then how are we gonna go up against that? It was on.
I think there was
NBC.
there was a reason why they didn't get good ratings, like maybe the time or something. I forget.
That's the thing, though. It's a lot of TV shows, even the ones on our list, like they don't get your ratings, but then after they become cult favorites, like a year or two, even after they're canceled, like they don't stick with it enough to get the fans. You know, you can't expect it to come. Like it's stacked back then, but like it's stacked now. But back then they probably weren't as famous, so people aren't gonna watch it if it's in a weird time slot.
Exactly, and this is like one of Judd Apatow's first things that he ever did. So, I mean,
being a Judd Apatow fan.
Yeah, and I think it was really interesting because they did have like a reunion, like they had like a whole photo shoot with everybody and everything. And I thought it was weird that they didn't, because all of them have so much money, they could have financed like a little like reunion episode or something.
Do they want to?
I mean, they all like each other still, so I mean, why wouldn't you want to make money with people that you like?
Okay, theory time. I think one of these little networks, like Paramount Plus or something, will like do a revival.
It's too late though.
No, but that's what I thought. But they're doing iCarly again, so like they're all still like active in.
But not James Franco though. That kind of ruins the whole thing.
Is he a main character?
Yeah, not James Franco.
He was like gonna be like, because it kind of was alluding that Daniel and Lindsay were gonna get together eventually. So I think that's what people would want to see.
Oh, is it like in high school? Like, are they?
Yeah, they're in high school.
Okay, so then that revival would make no sense.
Yeah, I was like, it's literally like way too gone. Like they're too old now.
They can't even be in college. Like they're
no, it's like long gone. That's why I'm like, they could have done like a cute little like like a reunion episode, like 30-year reunion episode.
They could do a high school reunion. Oh, that's literally what you exactly just said, word by word.
Anyway, I think it's upsetting, but there's literally nothing we can do about it. You know,
that kind of sucks.
I know. We just perpetually are watching the same season over and over again, and it's not like these episodes are long. They're literally like 20-minute long episodes.
They're like 40 minutes.
Actually, no, yeah, they're like 40 minutes, but like I feel like nothing really happens.
No.
Yeah.
I stayed up until 3 watching it last night, and I was like, Jesus Christ! I only got halfway through. There's so many episodes for one season.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I literally had to go to bed. I was like, I can't.
Wait, so what's the cliffhanger? Oh, that they might get together?
I think what happened was like Nick and Lindsay broke up, and it was kind of like, oh, will they or won't they?
Oh.
And also like the last episode was so weird. Like they were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I think that was one of the episodes. Like Nick, he got into disco. Like the last 2 episodes, I'm like, oh. What?
Why do TV shows do that? Like, I remember when Victorious was ending, I was like, I just assumed we were going to get a finale.
Yeah.
And then the last episode was so weird.
It didn't make any sense.
And I was like, what just happened? And it ends with them, like, riding around on tricycles, and then it, like, fades to black. And I was like, huh?
Yeah. It's like a female
It, I still remember that scene because I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I was like a child. I was like, I don't understand this. I couldn't comprehend. But anyway.
Okay, Victorious was so good. That's another one that was canceled.
Yes.
Like, it shouldn't have been canceled. It was good.
How many seasons did Victorious have?
I literally love that show so much.
It like holds up so well.
Yeah.
So
well, I think
good.
it's because it's the base, like that show and iCarly are kind of the basis of like Gen Z like humor, or at least older Gen Z.
Yeah, that's true. That's like why.
Yeah.
And I think Nickelodeon did it more than Disney Channel did.
Disney Channel is very PG.
Yeah, Nickelodeon was a lot of subliminal. There's like something else going on here, you know, like subtext.
Yeah, you look like I literally was watching stuff back and I was
Innuendos.
like, this is very. Yeah, I was like, this is suggestive as.
And I think that's why it holds up so well, because now we can watch it and it's funny in a different way.
Yeah.
Because we're like, oh my god.
But then I think about how creepy Dan Schneider was, and I'm like, oh, this is not like, this wasn't like for parents. This is to fulfill like a creepy man's fantasy.
Oh my god, the behind the scenes.
Yeah,
videos.
it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope one day they talk about it. They really
100% will. How old is Dan Schneider?
I don't even know. I thought he died. Like, I straight up thought he died. He's dead to me. Anyway.
Oh, period. Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment. I thought it was Apartment 23 because I thought it was like, I literally just thought that's what it was because it rhymes.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I thought it was Apartment 23 too. Is it not?
Is it not?
Wait,
Don't
Don't.
I might have been wrong.
Trust.
Oh, it is a 23.
Okay.
It is 23.
I was like, that doesn't
My
flow at all.
bad. My bad. I don't know why I did 7.
Because you put 20. Oh, I don't know.
I have no idea why I put 27. Anyways, I think the show was just like a little, I don't know why. Hold on. I didn't really look into why.
This actress, what's her name? Is that her name? Kristen Ritter?
Yeah.
I love her.
Mm-hmm.
She's so underrated too. I feel like she's such an underrated actress. She's so funny and she like holds her own on the screen, and I feel like she's like, there's not a lot of alternative popular actresses, really.
No,
you know what I mean?
true.
And she's one of them that I think is a really good actress. And
what is the plot of this show? I've never seen the show.
It's
so
like
a girl, a girl moves to New York and goes to like meet her new roommate, and she's crazy. And her best friend is James Van Der Beek, and so like everybody's in love with her. She has like a comic made after her. Like she's like a hurricane.
Okay.
Or a tornado in your life, and just and so she takes like this good girl from like the middle of America and like corrupts her a bit, but in a fun way, not in a way.
like lets her live life.
That's fun.
Because she was like a little like kind of like uptight, like hadn't really like experienced things, and obviously when you move to New York and you have a crazy roommate,
I love the
like fish out of water kind of scenarios.
Yes,
I love those.
That. For some reason I thought this show, New Girl and Two Bro Girls, I thought they were all the same thing. Like I would see something and I'd be like, oh, that's Two Bro Girls.
That's so fair. Honestly. That's honestly really fair.
They all, like in my head, they all process as the same thing. And also Kat Dennings.
Pretty similar, like at the bare minimum level, like they have similar plots. I feel like
funny.
They're all like roommates and BFF situations.
And are they all in New York?
And sexual tension. I think New Girl's on LA.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Girl's LA.
But
New Girls is, I think that it feels like New York.
Yeah, I was gonna say like their apartment has New York vibes.
Yeah, if not like Chicago vibes or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you didn't finish the show?
No, I only did 1 season, but I really liked it.
Abby, did you finish the show?
I did, but it was a while ago. But I did like it too. It was fun. I like James Van Der Beek in it. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Did it end in a cliffhanger?
That was the guy from he's Dawson, right? From Dawson's Creek.
Yeah. So everyone like knew who he was.
I thought it was
like
a
use
good
it.
role
It was hilarious.
For him. Yeah, it was such a good role for him following up because Dawson's Creek was like a fucking hitter. Like, how are you gonna follow that shit up? Yeah. So it was like a cultural phenomenon at the time. So like I thought this was such a good role for him post it. And I thought it was really sad because I thought it could have gone a lot further. I don't know.
It seems like
maybe it wasn't marketed well. I don't know.
It seems like one of those shows that was on for like years, but it was on for 2 years.
Yeah, I thought it was all on a lot because I remember seeing like the ads in like magazines, and I was like, oh, this is fun. I like this, but I'm too young to watch it.
Maybe that's what it was. That like the demographic that they were like going for was just like not ready yet for this content.
So true.
Which is it kind of sucks because I think that's the theme with a lot of these. It's like
they were ahead of their times. A lot of these shows, I feel like.
Or sometimes they're like, no, you're right. I was gonna say they're past their time, but no, I don't even know what that.
Yeah, because I'm like a lot of these ones. I'm like, if this got released today, it would be so successful. I think.
Okay. Me like thinking.
I was like, why are you?
I don't know
about it so hard.
Yeah, I don't know about Freaks and Geeks though, because it had some like older humor.
Yeah, I was talking kind of more like
not like not super PC.
Yeah, I was kind of talking more about like Carrie Diaries and like Everything Sucks and
Well, Everything Sucks was released 2 years ago.
I know, but I feel like we'll get there.
Okay. So the Carrie Diaries. Released in 2013 to 2014. It had 2 seasons. This was a spinoff to
Sex and the City.
Sex and the City. Oh, I've seen it.
It's a prequel. Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. And like I couldn't really watch as much Sex and the City as I wanted to because I was too young. You know, when it was coming out. So my mom was kind of like, maybe we shouldn't be watching this show. And so when the Carrie Diaries came out, I was like, hell motherfucking yeah, this is my shit. I loved Anna Sophia Robb and also Austin Butler. That was like heartthrob of the fucking century right there. And
they were so like the tension was so good between them, like so good. And I think like the way it just sets up Carrie so well, and I think especially in season 2, like where it ended, like even the executive producer Amy Harris, she was saying like I wanted to make sure like the ending it could be okay ending there because she didn't know if it was gonna get picked up or not. And I think it actually did. Like, it is upsetting because we had just got introduced to Samantha, but you know, it was more satisfying, you know.
Oh, so it was all the characters from Sex and the City, but young?
No, not all of them. It just so like it was only Carrie. The first thing, it was just kind of like introducing how she fell in love with journalism, fell in love with, and like how she's always been into fashion.
Wait, pause. Carrie is the
main character.
Okay.
Yeah. And I thought it did a really good job of that, and I think it was really cute and like quirky, and like it showed kind of like why she acts the way she does, because she's a very eclectic and interesting person, to like put it. And then at the end of season 2, she meets Samantha, and like eventually as the show went on, that you were gonna meet like Miranda, and like I think Miranda was supposed to be like someone's roommate in college, and that's how they were gonna meet and stuff. So I just think it was cool.
Interesting.
It's cute little lore.
Well, I looked up why it got canceled, and apparently the ratings were like really bad.
It was like high and low.
Yeah. It says from the first season to the next season, it dropped nearly 30% in the ratings, which I also think is interesting that like for broadcast TV shows, like back then, it was all about ratings. But now for like Netflix and stuff, who they don't even release the ratings.
This was such a weird time though, because this was kind of like when Netflix was starting to gain traction more on streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
I think if it was a Netflix show, it would fucking be eating shit up. Emily in Paris, who? Like, literally, it's the superior Emily in Paris. Like, Carrie's way more likable. You have, like, already what she's gonna be, and she's not fucking annoying. Like, I hate Emily in Paris. Such an awful show. And she can actually dress, Miss Carrie, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Me eating.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I don't know what Emily did to you.
Well, because it got nominated for Emmy for what?
Oh, yeah.
For what? So many other things deserved an Emmy nomination.
I think, I remember. Anyways.
What did you think about the show, Abby?
Okay, I like the premise a lot.
because marketing. I was like, oh my God, I want that to be me. But yeah, it was kind of like, I don't want to say like soulless, but like empty-ish. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they kind of relied too much.
The guy who...
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think they relied too much on what Carrie was supposed, like what the actual Sex and the City character was like.
Oh shit, sorry. I was talking about Emily in Paris.
Oh.
I love Carrie Diaries. I love Carrie Diaries. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
That's so funny.
I love Carrie Diaries. I just think it was like Anna Sophia Robb was so good in that role, and Austin Butler, and the tension there, and it was like, it really showed like the conflict of her like trying to be a New York person, but having the fights with her dad and trying to keep like her moral compass because it's all new to her. I thought it was really interesting.
I think maybe from season 1 to season 2 the ratings dropped because I think at the end of season 1 they like kind of broke up. Yeah, I think they broke up because they moved to New York. And I think a lot of people were watching that show because they had such good chemistry together. And it kind of like in the teaser for season 2, it didn't seem like that was like a focal point because it was kind of like her finding her own. And I think they should have kind of kept that relationship along a little bit longer, at least introduce like a new, more interesting love interest if you wanted to keep people around. Because that's the whole thing with Carrie. It's like, who's she going to end up with, Big or Aiden? Like, that's like the whole thing people like about her is because she's so chaotic with her love life. So I think it would have been interesting to see that from like a young Carrie point of view. So maybe that's why the ratings dropped. Because I think that's why I kind of stopped watching for season 2. I was like, if Austin Butler's not going to be in it too often, like, what am I watching?
You're so good.
So good. He's a great actor. I'm so excited to see him as Elvis. I'm so excited. And the fact and the fact that Baz Luhrmann is behind, like, I'm really gonna eat this shit up. Like, I'm so excited. So the next one I feel very much lots of feelings for. Okay. Which is Everything Sucks. Okay, so the show got canceled after 1 season, and I think it was very reminiscent of Freaks and Geeks too. Like, it had a very similar plot, like 2 different groups of people. Like, literally, there were like AV nerds and then like cool bullies. Like, and they were like intersecting essentially. And at the core of it was like an LGBTQ coming out story. Oh. And I don't think they marketed that well at all. I didn't know that. Like, was what literally it was about. Nobody knows that that's what that show ultimately is about. And also, this was like Miss Sydney Sweeney, the fucking darling of today. Yeah. This was one of her first roles, like big roles. And she was so good because I thought her character was fucking awful in the beginning. I was like, oh no. I was like, she's so pretty, but why is she so mean? But then as her, like, she has one of the best character developments I think I've ever seen in TV, and she did it in a whole season. Like, I couldn't believe it. And it, like, I remember, like, me and my friend were like the only ones watching it. We would talk to each other about it. And I was like, who is this girl, Sydney Sweeney? She's literally iconic. And so when I started watching Euphoria, I was like, this is the girl from Everything Sucks. And then everybody fell in love with her there. And I was like, wait till you guys see that she was an LGBTQ icon beforehand. Y'all need to eat that shit up. Because it was so good. And I think they kind of, because this was, I feel like when Stranger Things was at its peak, you know? So I think that's why it kind of just got swept under the rug, because people felt like it wasn't genuine, because Stranger Things is like the 80s and this was like in the 90s. And I feel like we just had like an oversaturation of nostalgia at that time. Yes, yeah. And so many people were so caught up with Stranger Things that they didn't give Everything Sucks the time of day.
Well, the reason because like I remember this always being recommended to it, and the show on Netflix, and the reason I never started watching it was because I feel like at that time everything had I had 80s burnout. I was like, I don't want to hear another synth in my entire life. And so like when that show started being marketed, it literally felt like it was being marketed as like they would show them on bikes. So it was like Stranger Things without the monsters. Yeah. And I'm like, so then why? That's like a horrible way to market it. Why would you want
exactly? And they literally erased the LGBTQ story from all of the marketing.
I was surprised. when I was watching it. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's what this is. I had no idea what it was going to be about
I was
when I started
so
watching
confused. I was so confused when I was watching. I was like, oh, is this where it's going? I was like, why do they have tension? I was like, are they about to kiss right now? Like, what is going on? And I was like, no, they're literally about to kiss right now. And I literally was like, this is so, I feel like important, especially because I don't feel like you see younger people engaging in, especially like, okay, obviously like Euphoria and then like that kind of stuff, they're like younger people, but they look old. These characters actually look like the age that they were portraying, and I don't think you see love stories like that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, also I think Euphoria is like so extremely over sexualized.
yeah, and
whereas,
this was like a real life, like this would actually happen in real
Yeah,
life.
it's
Like, it's
Yeah.
really awkward.
Mhm.
You're not like thinking, okay, how do I take them to bed? You're just like, I
Yeah.
don't know what to do. Like, do I even like girls? Like, do I like boys? Blah, 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 blah. Like, that's what it's actually like.
Yeah.
Because, like, as much as I am a Euphoria fan, I'm at an age where I can fucking critically think about it.
Yeah.
And I can, like, and I'm past high school and I can be like, yeah, that's valid. But it's still wrong. But a lot of people that are watching it that are in high school currently are like envious that they're not living these lives.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
why do you want to be living these lives? That's like, it's kind of like crazy to me because like people are like, I only talk to really people like our age
Yeah.
and like everybody our age is on the same page about it. But then I see people on TikTok
Yeah.
talking about it and I'm like, that's what you got?
They're like, I can't. They're like, oh, they like put the lights and they put glitter on. They're like, oh, I feel like I'm in Euphoria. I'm like, that is. Why
yeah,
do you
let me
want
get an
to feel like that?
IMG set and like
Yeah.
let me fucking feel like, which is great that you're feeling empowered,
Yeah.
but I think
They're definitely every character in the show is unhappy. Like all of them. Can you hear me? I'm worried.
Yes, yes.
actually this time
They
agree.
were like chasing like the things that make them temporarily happy, like sex and drugs. But the characters themselves are having a terrible time. Like they're talking
Yeah.
about suicide and like all that stuff. Like I don't know why you'd want that. They're telling them basically. That's the message that should be taken.
Yeah, they're all miserable throughout the entire season. I'm like,
Yeah.
guys, what about this?
Yeah.
Is
They're searching for happiness in the wrong fucking places.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
people just saw the pretty colors and were like, ooh.
Yeah, they're like, oh my
So
god, sick
interesting.
outfits and makeup, which is like great, but
Yeah, and they're
they're miserable.
Anyway.
Anyways, stand everything sucks is
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
that's the
That's what I'm
conclusion.
saying, especially if you're like a Sydney Sweeney fan. Especially I feel like a lot of like lesbian and bi women love Sydney Sweeney. And if you want to see one of your faves like being a good ally and like actually doing a good job representing your community, I would say watch Everything Sucks. And I'm really sad that it didn't get more seasons because I think it was again like what we're trying to say is like we need these wholesome like portrayals of high school because for some people that's what it is, and honestly as it should be. We're literally like as adult as you feel in high school, you're still a child. Like I hate to fucking break it to you, and obviously you don't want to fucking hear it from me, but you are. And when you're older, and I thought people are so stupid for like telling you this because everyone tells you this,
Yeah.
but it's so true. You're gonna look back at the shit you did when you were in high school and like be like, like you think you're cool at the time, but you're like, babe, no, that was not
It's
it.
embarrassing.
That was are you proud of that?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. So
Yeah.
I think we need more portrayals of high school that are authentic like this. Even though this was set in the 90s, like I still think high school is a universal experience.
Yeah.
You know? And I think it's just a cute, wholesome show. And I like it really a lot. I'm gonna talk about the next one just a little bit,
Okay.
because I don't think anybody else has watched it. But Finding Carter was on MTV, and it was basically just kind of like, oh my god, was she homeless or was she like? Yeah, I think she was homeless, and she got like kind of like adopted in this family. So it was kind of like the Fosters type of beat. Like
Okay.
they're a little rebellious. She's a little rebellious and like trying to like rebel against her family, whatever. And I just really liked it. I mean, if it's like now that I've like said all these things about Everything Sucks, I kind of like feel less
You're like, well, there's
passionate.
not much to say
Yeah,
about
I
this
was
one.
like, because like Finding Carter was a really good show, but it was also like kind of gritty, and I don't think, actually, now I'm thinking about it, was very helpful for me to be watching in high school. Because it was just kind of like outlandish storylines and it was super
Is she in
dramatic.
high school?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm just like, I don't really think I would want to do with it, but I just think the drama was fun.
It like contradicts everything you just said.
I think it was just so outlandish that I was like, nobody really goes through this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, this is kind of like a 1 in a million type of story. So, I don't know. I thought it was good, and a lot of people I knew watched it, especially because it was like, when Awkward and like Faking It were also on the air, like low-key, like MTV was killing it with the original series. And that's why I'm like, MTV, let's bring it back.
What are they even doing right now?
Literally reality TV, that's it. And ridiculousness. That's pretty much it. And I'm like, we have so much potential and like so much nostalgia built into MTV. Like, yeah, I want to be a part of the MTV rebrand because I think it's like, if fucking Coach can do it, fucking MTV can do it. Like, if so, and like, what's another brand? Fuck, I don't remember the brand.
I also think that like MTV is one of the only networks that you can like, there's like merch for the network.
Exactly.
Like no other, you're not going to find people wearing NBC shirts.
Exactly. And like, there's so many things they can revive, like Cribs, like fucking Architectural Digest is doing that shit, but it's like kind of boring because it has to be really posh and like put together. Like they wouldn't have like a rapper on, well, I mean, I guess they would, but it wouldn't be as authentic. It would be like really weird to have like a rapper on Architectural Digest because you want to see like the crazy shit they have in their house.
That's the whole, that's the fun part of Cribs.
Literally the whole point. And like, even they could do it on YouTube. Like, if Vogue is doing it, why can't MTV do it? MTV, please. I'm literally on my knees begging you. Like, I would sell my soul to help you revitalize your shit. Because I've been at MTV. Like, that was like the network I watched. MTV and E! Network. Like, those are the two cable stations I like flipped on. And like, it just makes me so upset because MTV has so many good shows. Yeah. And I feel like so many things that they can do, especially like MTV, when it was at its prime, like it was the one network that was pushing boundaries and allowing youth to express themselves. And like, why is that message lost now? Like, they could be the ones putting a push towards BIPOC creators, and we could be getting a lot more authentic things. And they can do that because that's their whole fucking message. It doesn't disalign from what their original purpose was. MTV, please.
That was a good pitch.
Yeah, thank you. I really I need to network on LinkedIn and find people that work at MTV because I'm genuinely so passionate about that network. I don't think I'm very passionate about many things, like many networks, because I feel like a lot of them just seem disingenuous. But I think MTV, especially with the culture phenomena that they've had on like our parents' generation, like I feel like we're missing out, and Gen Z is so fucking ready to like have something. Obviously, like we cling on to fucking TikTok. Like, let's get longer form content that has more depth to it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
No, I agree.
Anyways, I'm gonna step off my soapbox.
Okay. That was your job interview.
Yeah, that was my literal job interview. Cut it and post it to TikTok.
Okay, period. The next one is Scream Queens. This was on Fox, and it ran from 2015 to 2016. There were 2 seasons, and this was another Ryan Murphy production.
The way you sighed.
No, I'm not sighing because of Ryan Murphy. I'm sighing because this show could have done so well, and it went completely in the incorrect direction. Yeah. And so there are 3 main things that I think. Yeah, I think there are 3 main things that I think cause the downfall of Scream Queens. I think the first one is Ryan Murphy's lies. I think because he marketed the show as this is a final girls type of thing. Only one character is he pushed that one character was going to survive so hard during marketing.
He did. Yeah.
He's only one of them is going to survive, and the whole concept of the show is this character moves on to a next location, and then you have to do the whole thing again and see who the killer is, right? Half the cast survived that season, and then then the next season, the ones that they didn't even move all the cast.
It could have been an anthology American Horror Story. You could have had the same actors on the show, just give them like a different scenario. Because like season 2 was like in a hospital, right?
Yeah, so
they didn't have to be Chanel number 1 and 2. Like it didn't need to be like that.
Okay, and then here's the other thing I think. So it did want to be an anthology, and so it was ridiculous. It was over the top. It was like extremely campy,
Super
and that's why
campy.
people liked it, right?
Yeah.
And so
So good.
when it got to the second season, it kind of stripped all of that away.
It's like Riverdale, but Riverdale got too many seasons after.
Here's the thing. The reason Scream Queens got such an audience is because the aesthetic of the show. So like the sorority and the pinks and the like this like juxtaposition
Ariana
of like
Grande.
the juxtaposition of like girly bubblegum pop that with like murder. And so that's why people liked it.
So sick.
And then the second season was like, we're gonna scrap all of that and now we're gonna be in a hospital that has blue walls. And I'm like,
I just keep the same characters.
And I just think that doesn't work at all.
No.
If they wanted to keep the show going, they could have, but they had to keep the sorority, girly, bubblegum element to it because that's what made people so attracted to the show. And also the random celebrity guest stars, I think were also a great addition.
I think Ariana Grande was the reason why I started watching it.
Yeah, me too.
And also because I couldn't watch American Horror Story because I thought I still can't because it's too much for me, for my little brain.
I promise you it's not.
No, but I feel like this was like, for people that can't handle American Horror Story, this is a show for you. And I think that's another reason I was like, okay, I feel strong enough to watch this. I'm so brave.
You're so brave, Kim.
Yeah, I agree with Daniel. Because like the aesthetic was so cool. Like it was so fun. That's what kind of drew me to watch it. I was like, oh God, this is cool. And I've always kind of liked that when they kind of overdress characters, campy and like fun and always on. I've always liked that. I think that's fun. And I like murder shows. So I was like, all right, cool. But you're right. It kind of like, and I don't think he planned it well. Like I think, especially the second season, it was just like, did he just take stuff off Twitter or something, or ask people to raise their hands and then took whatever? Like it was so random. Like he does so many shows. I don't know why he didn't plan this one well. But I don't know. It was cool and then it wasn't.
Yeah,
it was sad.
That's literally.
It could have been done better.
Jonas was in it too.
Nick Jonas was.
God.
Yeah. It was like,
that.
that's why I
like,
think it was so funny.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, he was one of the and I think so what I heard is that the reason he did the show was so that Leah Michelle wouldn't get like, because she had just come out of Glee for like years, and so he wanted to give her another project that would like show her versatility as an actress. So that's why he put her in Scream Queens. But I think because of that, spoiler alert, it made it so obvious that she was a killer.
Yeah.
Like from the first episode, I was like, it's gonna be Leah Michelle because that's the whole point of the show.
She was too quirky and out there.
Yeah.
She like her character
and
was
creepy.
Too out of the yeah. I was like, it's kind of is this not obvious?
And then like on top of that, the whole like how Ryan Murphy was like, oh, only one character is gonna survive. But as you got later into the show and you realize that they're all still there, and there's like 2 episodes left, it like removes the stakes of the situation.
Yeah.
And you're no longer like afraid for these characters like living or dying because you're like, well, that's not going to happen. They're clearly attached to these people. And like the kills would sometimes be such cop-outs. Like I remember every episode was like, someone's going to die for sure. Every episode, he like guaranteed that. And then it would be like a random fraternity brother that had like 2 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
yeah.
Like, we're not just here to see people die. Like we're here because like it's a murder mystery with like a different aesthetic to it that we haven't seen before.
I feel like they made it too niche and then they were like, fuck. They're scrambling on how to like fucking fix it.
They're like, well, what now?
No, yeah, because like I feel like it also kind of boils down femininity, I guess, because I think that's another thing that was kind of missing in the market. It was like there's not really like a feminine forward thing that also has like murder mystery attached
like
to it.
Blood gore.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like the fact that the only thing they could think of that was a sorority was just kind of like, oh, that's what you really think.
The show was also hilarious, but sometimes the jokes would like be way too.
They cross the line sometimes.
I'd be like, no, I cannot
I'd
believe.
Yeah.
No.
Like some jokes were hilarious, and then some were like, no, thank you.
And some of them are like too quintessential 2016, like are like the latte jokes. Yes.
The pumpkin spice latte jokes. You're like, okay.
Oh my god.
Full body cringe.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed. It embarrassed me. I had to like look away. Ugh.
Yeah.
The one when they're interacting at the coffee shop and she just meets that new guy
what I
and
was
the
just thinking
main
of.
love interest. I was like, he's like,
What did she
please
say?
tell me you're not going to get a pumpkin
Awesome or
spice
something.
latte. It's like,
Yeah.
Did you call me Senorita
can you just
Awesome?
relax?
Oh
Yeah.
my God. And also, like,
embarrassing.
it was very no. It's because like Emma. Well, first of all, Emma Roberts obviously kills this kind of character. That's people love to see Emma Roberts being mean to people. Like that's just a good time, and we know that Ryan Murphy loves that too. And so
She might be like that in real life. Though.
like I think this is one of her best characters. Oh yeah, she might be. I don't know. Let's not theorize on that. But I think this is one of her best characters. And then there was like no growth in the second season, which also really frustrated me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, she escaped a serial killer, which should be, and I guess I know that it's over the top and like you're not supposed to take things at face value, but like it was kind of frustrating that there was no character development from season 1 to season 2, especially since they kept like 6 of the main cast members.
Yeah.
And the killer like for season 2 was like such a good twist. And I was like, this would have been so good if it was not set in a hospital for no reason.
Yeah.
Because truly it did not make any sense. It was really a stretch.
Like I think they like maybe had like a fucking dartboard on like the wall and like had different
Locations.
settings and like they're like, all right, I guess it's a hospital.
It was like leftover American Horror Story plots. They were like, oh my God, we didn't use the American Horror Story hotel or hospital, so let's just use that one for Scream Queens.
So true.
I would almost respect it more if it was just super random. If they were just like, somebody send in what you think we should do and we'll do it, because then it would make more sense than them planning it.
And
yeah.
I remember them pitching like that, or like it was all over Twitter, like season 2 was going to be like at a camp, which makes more sense.
That's so sick.
And
Why didn't they do that?
Well, they used it for American Horror Story, but I genuinely, it was the American Horror Story season that was set as a camp was literally just Scream Queens repackaged.
Really?
Like the jokes were the same.
Was that 1984?
Yeah. They could have just reused. I don't know.
Could have thrown Lena Michelle in there. Wouldn't know the difference.
Matthew Morrison was in it.
Was he really?
They got their Glee. They got their Glee characters in there. So I don't know. That's all I have to say.
And he had like a huge dick or something.
That was his character's person. That was it.
I hate that.
Yeah, it was really uncomfortable to watch. And like Billy Lord and him were like love interests, and it was kind of disgusting.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch a supercut of that. Like,
no,
what?
please don't. I promise you, you will regret it. That you will gain nothing from it, other than like, I don't know. Anyway, what's the next one? I literally completely lost my.
Agent Carter. Do you want to start that one, Abby?
Okay.
Agent Carter was a 2-season show, or only ran for 2 seasons, and it was 2015, 2016. And it was the main, or Peggy Carter from Captain America, and she's in a couple other ones. And it was just like her journey to get over Captain America, you know, because she's like badass, but she was like hung up on him. And in the first season, she completely like gets over him. And the second season is her like starting a relationship with somebody completely different. And then they canceled it. And everyone was like, it was doing pretty well. Not as well as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is another Marvel movie or Marvel TV show. But it was doing well, and everybody likes Haley Atwell in it. And then Endgame came out, and it became clear the reason they canceled it was because they wanted Cap to go back in time, which completely ruins her whole show. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And like, it's so confusing.
I know everyone's always like, oh, Marvel plans so much ahead.
No.
Like, no.
2016 2016.
And I think this is so clear. The TV shows are the main like evidence of this. Because not just Agent Carter was completely retconned, kind of, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
All of them.
Yeah.
Daredevil, Luke Cage, all Jessica Jones.
Well, because, okay, so there was like the two like main, well, there's 3 now. So the universes of the Marvel TV show was the ABC ones, which was Agent Carter and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then this little Inhumans one that got canceled after 1 season, but it did not get canceled too soon, I'll say that. And then there was the Netflix ones, which was the Defenders. So it was like Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Iron Fist, and then now there's the Disney Plus ones which directly tie into the MCU. Yeah. So like the other ones had no chance because they didn't tie into everything.
Yeah, and everybody was like, now it makes sense, because when I was looking through this, I was like, that's why they canceled all those shows, because that's when they're like, wait, we need to make our own streaming service, and you know what we're gonna do with the streaming service? So we're gonna expand the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they're like, cash, money signs, and they're like, throw the axe and all the other
That's
shows.
so mean.
Because it was just such like a different vibe. All of those, it's like secondary Marvel
100%.
shows, super different vibe. But like, why can't those shows still exist?
Yes.
I mean, they do, obviously.
No, but like exist in the universe.
Yeah, because they're gonna introduce a multiverse
Well, okay.
in like 3 years. So,
Well, allegedly, Charlie Cox, who plays, this is all just rumors, and I don't believe anything at this point, but apparently he's going to be like, because he's a lawyer, Daredevil's a lawyer, so apparently he's going to be Peter Parker's lawyer in the new Spider-Man, because you know how he just got exposed?
yeah, and like J.K. Simmons was, that is blowing my mind right now. I'm deep onto like Marvel TikTok for some reason, even though like I'm not even like a Marvel stan.
No,
I think it's so interesting. I just like them every time I see them because I'm like, whoa, so fascinating.
After the whole WandaVision theory thing, I don't believe anything anyone says online. Those theories were out of control. They were like, X-Men are coming, and I was like, what are you talking about? Is that what? No one ever presented WandaVision as like.
I think maybe we're giving Marvel a little bit too much credit.
Yes. We love Marvel in this house, but like,
yeah,
I think that like we said, like Agent Carter and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are proof that like they don't really.
And also think about it, like if they make everything too complicated too fast, they're gonna have to like yes, it's like technically like a made up world and like they can technically do whatever they want to justify it, but like it's gonna be so hard to keep up with everything at some point. And I think it's already getting to that point.
Oh my God, I gotta know. So there's like the CSU thing where like they like show you jobs that are like you know up for grabs, and one of them was like a Marvel timeline analyst. So basically, your job is literally just to keep track of everything that's going on. So where each character is, what world events have happened.
That makes sense.
That's so fun. I would love to have that job. I don't know what the qualifications are.
Yeah, me too.
Be a fan. Like I don't know what they want from you, but I think it's so interesting that there's so much going on that they literally need people to keep track of it.
People.
Yeah.
Like that's your literal whole job. Is to know everything about the universe. That is so. I feel like that's too stressful.
Oh my God, you mess something up, it's your fault.
Yeah, you're getting fired.
You're like, oh, Agent Carter's here, and they're like, no, she died in this year. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But back to Agent Carter, I think like everyone loves this character.
Yeah, like the way you explained it, Abby, I was like, that's so cute, as she should, because I feel like her character was interesting in the movies, but obviously it's not her movie, so we didn't get enough time with her. So I think that's
really and she's exciting. Like the founder of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is like a major
huge thing.
Yeah.
New thing. So
yeah, huge thing.
We didn't get
my brain is literally
it's basically like the whole show is showing how badass she is and how like she's not just a love interest, which I think is important because
and not the treatment
for some reason
majority of the love interests get, like the side love interests, you know.
Yeah.
Because you know, like they have like Avenger relationships, but
early MCU is very much like it's just the man Avenger and here's the girl they're dating.
Yeah.
But now I think they're catching wind that no one wants that. So like Natalie Portman is getting her own, she's getting superpowers. Like they're all getting
justice.
Girl boss moments.
Girl boss moments.
So that's fun.
As they should, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's
why with the Agent Carter, I think we'll see Miss Haley Atwell again in the MCU.
Yeah, especially now that they're doing, because Black Widow's gone, but now she's getting her movie. You know, they don't care about chronological order.
Oh, absolutely.
So, okay, the next one is The Get Down. I think I just needed to put this on there because, as I say every episode, I'm a Baz Luhrmann stan, and I get why this was canceled because the budget was fucking insane.
Really,
it was literally mental, but I think that's kind of on them because I feel like all Baz Luhrmann projects like are super out there, and like if you are getting Baz Luhrmann to direct your project, like you better add a couple more zeros to that fucking budget.
Yeah,
it's all grandiose. That's literally his whole shtick is grandiose things. Like he does not do anything minimalist, and I think that's why I fucking love him.
That's what people know what they're getting into.
Exactly. So like I thought it was like silly that that's why it got canceled, was like, and like the ratings weren't like great, but also I don't think they marketed it very well.
I honestly didn't know the show existed.
Exactly. Like they didn't market it well at all. So I'm just like, why would you put so much money into things and then leave nothing for the marketing department to, like, you're going to spend like millions of dollars on the actual show, but then who's going to know about it?
Their entire budget went to the
and that's
VFX.
The thing, like a lot of times, like people will cut out marketing first. And I'm like, okay, what?
So who's gonna watch it then?
Literally, like, how are people gonna find out about your shit then?
Yeah.
Because a lot of time, and then that's why like I wanted to add marketing to my film degree, because like I want to understand why people want to see my movie.
Right.
And I feel like that's a kind of thing that like filmmakers kind of don't get, because I feel like a lot of times filmmakers are like, I only care about my vision.
Oh my,
blah blah blah, my art, blah, blah, like, which is like important, of course, but you have to realize like
it's a business.
Nobody's gonna want to work with you again if your shit doesn't make your money back. And like that's just a matter of fact thing. It sucks that it's like that, and like, but if you're actually a talented person, like,
and also like everyone loves to like trash on things like Marvel movies and stuff, but I'm like, these movies are keeping movie theaters open. I'm so sorry to tell you.
And that's kind of the reason we're able to have like indie films and like able to like see them on a big screen, because Marvel movies keep movie theaters like well and alive. Well and fed. Yeah. 3 Marvel movies a year keeps it alive. They have to
coexist. Sorry,
keeps
guys.
the lights on. Yeah, they do. And
so sorry, Martin Scorsese.
I think also, I feel like 2016 and 2017 was such a weird time for like Netflix original shows, because I think it was like the time they were like literally pumping out shit. Yeah. And I don't think they were just kind of like throwing things at the wall and seeing if it would stick.
They were like, go.
Yeah. They're like release. And they didn't really put enough care into it. I think now they're getting that it's not just about throwing things on your website, it's about also the fan engagement.
Yeah.
Because I feel like something that we miss is like all group watching. Like that's why I appreciate like WandaVision and like all like the way that Disney Plus is rolling out their new shows, because it's once a week and everybody can like talk about it and like simmer on it for a week and then all experience it all at the same time, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is something like we haven't really had in such a long time. And I feel like that's why sometimes, especially on Netflix, shows don't have long lifetimes, because you're not creating a fanfare and there's nothing to be waiting on, which is, I think, a con of binge watching.
I agree.
You know, and I feel like we're losing a lot of great shows because of that. We're not having like the like literal mob mentality of like banding together and watching a show at like as soon as it comes out and like tweeting it on Twitter or like talking about a Reddit or like making TikToks or like whatever form.
Theorizing.
Exactly. Like, and I think we're losing out on a lot of like great shows because of that. And that's really upsetting to me, because I think The Get Down was a good show, especially because I love a 70s aesthetic.
Yeah.
I love a fucking disco ball.
I think this is another one of those shows that got greenlit because they were like, oh my God, people love time periods.
And so, this is the same time as like, they were like 70s, 80s, 90s. Okay, yeah. What other decade can we do?
Yeah, that's literally what they were doing at the time because of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It's a Stranger Things effect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Very sad about the Get Down. But like, if you're going to have Baz Luhrmann direct a project, like, you need to take into account that that man does not do anything small.
Yeah.
Yeah. As he shouldn't. Timeless.
Okay.
You read this. This is kind of one of the ones that I saw this on one of these lists.
Yeah, so Timeless ran for 2 seasons. It was started in 2016 and ended in 2017. And the concept of the show is it's like a time travel show. And I think the reason I loved it so much was because we haven't really had a time travel show since like Doctor Who like comes and goes. It's like here for like a month and then like doesn't show up for another 2 years. So I needed my time travel content, right? Because this was like a big thing in like the 2000s, and now it was like there was no time travel anywhere. Mm-hmm. And so, but the reason I like this show as opposed to the other ones is because they would go back in time to these like events, right? And they would have to fix things, right? Because there was like this bad time traveler that was like trying to destroy history, whatever. But they would highlight like important historical figures that we don't really know about.
Aww.
So like they would and like sort of rewrite their story. So one of the oh my god, the lady who did the space. It's so bad. Hidden Figures. Who is Hidden Figures about? Like the real. Do you know the name of the real?
No.
Oh
I
my
never
God.
watched.
I don't know her name. Oh, it's so good. You should watch it.
It's so good. But I'm so
sure.
sorry to that woman. She like literally landed us on the moon. Yes, please. Wait, let me. Woman.
I'm so sorry to this woman. I literally couldn't remember any of the Glee characters' real names earlier.
True. Oh my god, I don't even know what to Google. Lady who landed us on.
Look up Hidden Figures. I mean, they use their real names.
Yeah. Oh, Katherine Johnson.
Dorothy Vaughan and Mary John Jackson. Oh.
Yeah, so those three girlies.
I got different girlies.
No, but it is those three like those three main women. So yeah, but I think in Timeless it was Katherine Johnson. So essentially every episode they would meet up with some historical figure that we don't really know much about. I think they had an episode where it was Bonnie and Clyde. They had another episode where it was like the person who James Bond is based off of. It's a great show, and also
that's such an interesting concept.
The characters that are time traveling are super likable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't really know if the actors have been in anything else, but they're really, really likable. But what I was shook about when they first like started doing these things was they would mess things up. Like, and I hadn't been exposed to this concept before. So like they would go back in time and like rewrite something that happened historically. So like the Lindenberg crash, they like stopped it.
No.
And so like in this timeline, they like save it, all the people on that blimp or whatever. But then she like goes back home and like her sister doesn't exist because they changed something.
The butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And so I was like, okay, I'm hooked. And so all the shows were like that. So, I mean, all the episodes were like that. So it was like Monster of the Week, but like Historical Figure of the Week.
That's so fun.
Right? Great concept. This could have gone on for years.
They did not market us at all. I don't even remember this at all.
They didn't. It was on NBC. It's because this was the time.
I think I saw like one ad.
Yeah. This was the time. Oh my God. There was something else on NBC that was huge. And they were like, let's just keep. I think it was the Chicago shows.
Oh.
Like Chicago this, Chicago that.
Yeah.
And I remember like when Timeless was like so it got canceled after 2 seasons and fans were pissed. And so they started like tweeting NBC and they were like, if this was in Chicago, you guys wouldn't have canceled it and all this stuff. But the fan outrage worked because they got a 2-part finale greenlit, which was kind of like a movie. And they were at Comic-Con. Like it was like,
oh, so fun.
Yeah. So I'm glad that this one got closure, but I do think we need more time travel shows. I don't know when the last time I watched.
That
I love time
sounds
travel.
like such an interesting concept.
It's
just sometimes I feel like it's so upsetting, and I feel like I think about like all the things that get greenlit and then like tabled indefinitely.
Yeah.
Like think about all the amazing content we're literally missing out on because we're keeping trash on TV. To be honest.
Yeah.
Some things just need to end. Like it's just the fact. Like I think like 4 to 5 seasons is like what we should strive for. Like I sometimes like it just and then it loses its magic by the end of it because people tap out. Like,
yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? I think writers need to prepare for that too. I think it is hard because a lot of times writers, they are literally, that is their whole life, is that writing check, you know what I mean? But I feel like sometimes, and that's a bad part about Hollywood, is like you're literally kind of losing the reason why you wanted to start it in the first place. And it's not fostering creativity. It just turns into like wanting to get a check because you don't know when the next time you're going to get a job is. And that is just so upsetting to me.
That's why Fleabag was so good, because she was like, she actually was only going to do 1 season, and then she was like, you know, I'm amazing, so I'm going to do 2 for you guys. I'm generous.
Yeah,
she's so great.
Oh my God, she's going to be in the new Indiana Jones.
You should.
Yeah, they announced it this morning. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is like starring alongside Harrison Ford in the new Indiana
That's going to be such a dynamic.
Yeah, incredible.
What the hell?
They literally just announced it this morning.
If anybody has like the fucking confidence to share a screen with Harrison Ford,
it's Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
It's her. She gives me big dick energy.
I love her so much.
Yeah.
She's so sick. She's literally what I ascribe to. She's so smart and unapologetic, and it's like she can be because she's literally carrying the fucking industry on her motherfucking back. I love her.
Yeah, I like how she she wanted to be something, so she wrote it for herself. She was like, I'm gonna have to do it for myself because she was acting before she was writing, but she didn't have tons of roles. And then Crashing, which is a show I told you about that has one season on Netflix, you both should watch it, so good, was made before Fleabag, and it was so good but canceled. But she wrote that for herself as well. So like she was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. That's why she's like I deserve to be the main character. So
that is so inspiring.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
How did we get here?
I don't know. Anyways, literally going the opposite direction. We're gonna talk about Famous in Love.
Oh god.
I feel like Abby and I, we both really like this show.
This is the Bella Thorne show, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have so much to say about this. Like,
yes, go ahead.
I think I ran into Kim about this before because the premise of the show is so good. I literally had dreams of that exact scenario happening to me. Loved it. Was excited. A girl who has almost no experience goes to a cattle call, or sorry, should I explain it? Yeah, goes to a cattle call, gets a lead role in a huge franchise with all these other good actors, and like starts living the LA life just incredibly randomly. Like, can you? It's Wattpad basically, like so good. And then they just decided to make it bad. They made it really bad. Like the first season was good.
I hate that it's like the first season is always like,
But like you guys didn't think ahead. Like when that happens, I'm like, y'all didn't know what you were like that there was gonna be more.
Yeah.
Like what did you guys think was gonna happen?
I literally did like a whole Finsta on this because it just upset me so bad. Like this is what I would change. All right, if you're wondering.
Okay.
One. Bella Thorne, no go. No. The second season, she was terrible. It's like do you came here to act, not like, and also she got her lips done or something for the second, and she was like this the whole second season. Yeah. So for a girl who's supposed to be like down to earth, yeah. And I would never shame anyone for getting work done. I've gotten work done, not a big deal. But it's just like her character, it doesn't fit her character. She could barely move her lips, you know. The hair color change, she's supposed to be ginger. I think she's wearing like a wig. It just takes a character that's supposed to be like really like salt of the earth and like not LA and like made her LA. You know what I mean? You're supposed to have like a character who everyone can relate to, you know? So wouldn't cast her. Second season she didn't. I feel like she phoned it in. I don't even think she showed up most of the time. Like so bad. And the second season, like I had no idea what they were trying to do. Like, it made no sense. Somebody died in the end of the first season, and it blew past it in the second season.
So confusing.
Like someone got killed, or like...
Yeah. It, like, turned into a murder mystery.
I don't know why shows do that.
And I was like...
They like to turn the most random shows into murder mysteries. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Someone doesn't always have to die.
Yeah.
And, like, not well.
No.
They didn't do it well either, so if you're going to do it, commit.
It literally came out of left field, I feel like. I was like, wait... What?
So weird.
He like got shot and then it ended. And then the second season, it was like, guess who shot the guy? This guy, or something like that. And it just blew past it.
They didn't even make it like a thing?
No.
It
got squashed so quick. I was like, what is the point?
It's so weird.
It was really weird. I think the side characters really carried that show.
Oh my god, you know what that reminds me of? When Pretty Little Liars ended a season. They ended an entire season, like they opened this trunk and they like all gasped and ended. And then
I think that's when I stopped watching, when they came back.
Do you remember what it was? It was a pig.
Yes.
It was a dead pig. I was like, you kept us waiting 6 months for it to be a dead pig.
I think that's when I checked out. I was like, I can't with this bullshit anymore.
No.
The fuck?
That was infuriating.
But I definitely agree with you. Like, I think this was kind of like at the, like, Bella Thorne got casted when she was like
Disney?
No, peak like spiral? I don't know how to categorize it.
Like right
she
before.
was like wild child. Yeah. Okay. She was like in her wild child shit. Like, yeah, she got casted, I think, and then like pretty much like right after she got casted, like it was like she was in her wild child shit. Like she like balls to the wall. Like she was fully expressing herself as she should. Mm-hmm. But I just think I think that's why, because she didn't know that the show got canceled. Bella Thorne did not know. She found out with everyone else. She found out with the public.
That's so terrible.
No,
no.
which is terrible. Nobody should ever have to do that. But I think to some degree, she kind of did it to herself. Because I heard that she was like not showing up on set on time. Like this is all allegations and stuff. And like, I think also like it was just like a weird scenario. Like I don't think when they casted her, this was what they wanted. Because like I think this is kind of like her first big gig after Disney.
Right.
And so they were like, okay, like good transition from a Disney Channel kid, like a show. It's kind of like she's still like a down to earth character, but she's gonna get like exposed to like have like moral compass issues and blah, blah, which is like we love that.
We do love that.
But I don't think when they casted her, they knew that she was gonna like
what was coming, go
on a full wild, like the toddler to like turmoil thing that I just heard about from Allison Stoner. That is so interesting. Yeah, I want to do an episode on that eventually. Because I read her thing and I was like, yeah, I mean, I think we all knew it was happening. Yeah. But we've never had like an actual child star kind of like a Disney Channel kind of star.
Allison Stoner, if you want to come on the podcast and talk about it, can you imagine?
I think we could.
Okay.
Anyway, I think we could.
Okay.
She seems like very down to earth and like
she is. I met her and she's one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. She actually
seems like a genuine ass person.
Okay, well, I'll ask her.
Okay, in the DMs
I'll text her, yeah.
But yeah, the first season was good, and then I think there was just kind of like so much drama behind the scenes, which we'll never actually know about because they will keep that shit underneath the wraps. And that like second season, I think they were just kind of like, fuck it. And I think they knew.
So funny.
When like, this is another time it was a cable show, but I feel like I feel like it would have done better not on cable, perhaps.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just feel like Bella Thorne was not a terrible pick because the first season she didn't do too bad. Like, she had the look. I love redheads. I think it's great. You know, she really pulled it off. Like the real like, what am I doing here?
Casting, but not diverse.
Yeah. Hollywood loves redheads.
But the second season, it's like she phoned in her performance, and I heard all the backstage stuff as well, which made it just seem like no one wanted to be there. You know?
Yeah, like literally no one wanted to be on that set.
That's so interesting.
So. Okay, I'm glad we heard the same rumors because I was like...
Well, if everyone heard the same rumors, they're probably true. Like, if it's like one rumor that is coming from multiple places, then most likely it's not a rumor.
Yeah.
And like Abby said, like it might have been evident through her performance.
Yeah.
That like she was just not there.
It was a very big shift. Like I think the way everyone was kind of like interacting with each other was just kind of weird in the second season. And I think everybody kind of... Like, when the actors can't even do their job to that point, I think it's like, okay, maybe.
Where the I can't remember what the cliffhanger was for the second season, but I think it ended on a cliffhanger both seasons.
Let me look it up.
The first one, somebody died. Let me look it up.
Famous in Love, season 2, cliffhanger. Okay. Oh my God.
What?
Guess who wrote it?
Who?
The same girlie that wrote Pretty Little Liars.
Oh my God, that makes so
Everything
much
just
sense.
made sense.
Oh my God, that makes so much sense.
Oh, Miss Marlene King. Hold on. Okay, I don't know what any of this means. As for this season's big cliffhanger, the episode ended with the furious Pablo kicking down Tangi's hotel room door after he accused her of cheating on him with Jordan. Speaking of Jordan, the Oscar nominee ran to her rescue. So who did the paramedics bring that stretcher for?
So like basically Famous in Love ended on another cliffhanger.
It's okay.
Like I think it just ended off like, oh, is somebody dying again? Like basically is what I'm getting from that. I don't even remember that happening, to be honest. I don't even think I finished it.
You probably didn't.
No,
I feel like
I'm really bad at finishing things.
I think something like that. I think like the whole second season she had like a stalker.
I remember seeing the previews for that. So yeah, I remember the stalker thing. So she literally just turned into Pretty Little Liars again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so weird. They're like Pretty Little Liars, but they're famous. Pretty much. Honestly, yeah, that makes sense.
It should have worked. In theory, this should have been huge.
Yeah, it was like such a good premise.
I
Like,
think the Bella Thorne casting is probably what
yeah,
caused its downfall.
and I think a lot of the other actors, they were not. That's kind of like their first big role. So I would be really pissed.
I've never seen any of those other people.
Yeah, I would be pissed if like it was like the star, like the one that had all the cred, is basically what ruined it for everybody. The animosity I would have.
You know what would make
The
a good
rage.
show? What went on behind the scenes? Right,
Mm.
Murphy? Didn't want to do that.
I'm dead. But yeah, this should have worked in theory because we all grew up on shows about famous people.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't eat this up. I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, I really do think it was just the casting of Bella Thorne that kind of like fucked it all up.
Yeah.
I just think it was like the wrong time for her to be in that role. I think maybe like she signed on to it while she was still trying to figure out what route she wanted to take. And in the middle of that, she just kind of was like, nah, I kind of wanted to do the wild child thing.
Maybe it wasn't even her fault though. Maybe her
No, I don't think it's her.
Yeah, like her managers were like pressuring.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, and like I think she's talked about that before. Like
Yeah.
her, like whoever is on her team, like had pressured her to do things that she didn't want to do. So I don't think it's really her fault at all. But like, I feel like
Also, like, girly, you had a whole team of people that were like there's jobs that were lost because you wanted to go pop off. You know.
that's so true.
That's, you know, you kind of have to see both sides of it. Like, obviously, like,
Yeah.
she should be able to explore who she is, but also, like, you just let down, like, dozens of people.
More than that, like think about the whole crew and everything.
Well, I also don't think it was that
So
intense of
many
a show to
people.
make. Well, I'm not, you're right. Like, even the people who were doing, like, craft services.
Yeah, like you don't know, like anybody in the industry, it's not like you know when you're doing it their next job. So that's the only upsetting part.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's that on Babies in Love. Kind of sucks. But I think it's interesting to talk about because it's very different from these other ones.
Yeah, definitely. A lot more drama.
Yeah, those are fine.
There's a lot more drama.
Santa Clarita Diet. Oh, God, this.
I didn't watch the show, so
Oh
Go ahead,
my
guys.
God. Okay, so this
Such
Netflix
a good show.
So good. This Netflix show ran from 2017 to 2019. It had 3 seasons. I thought this was gonna get a full, like, pilot episodes to series finale. I truly believed in my soul that this was gonna get it. It
I
started.
think a lot of people watched it.
Yeah, it was so popular. So it was starring Drew Barrymore and oh my God, what was that guy's name? Santa Clarita Diet cast.
Timothy Oliphant.
Timothy Oliphant.
I'm gonna start putting the cast in our notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're just like, who is that person? First of all, them as a couple, such a good concept. First of all, they have such good chemistry, but also it's like it doesn't, like, they feel like a married couple. They don't feel like there's no overly sexual tension, but it's also not like they're miserable all the time. It's like a married couple.
Oh my God, that's honestly really hard to find.
Yes,
Like it's just a neutral married couple that like actually kind of still like each other.
They love each other because, like, okay, so the whole premise of the show is Drew Barrymore, they're both realtors.
Okay.
And Drew Barrymore accidentally turns into a zombie. We don't know how when the show starts.
I think I watched the first 3 episodes with my mom because my mom loved this show.
It's so good. So she turns into a zombie. We don't know how, but that's something that's kind of explored later on. And so the whole, like, the main, like, concept of the show is kind of like him grappling this and, like, helping her with it. So, like, he helps her find
and he's
food.
fucking funny.
He's so funny.
He's so funny.
He's so
and then-
funny.
Out of like the 3 episodes I watched, I remember really liking him. I was like, who is this man? I feel like he looks so familiar.
He's in, like,
He's in a
And
lot
he's
of
so
things now.
sexy.
He's so hot.
what is he in?
Hot and funny. Like that's so hard.
He's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I think he got famous from Deadwood, that, like, Western show.
Okay.
That could be completely wrong. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Oh my God, he was in Scream 2? Had no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
He was in Scream.
Yeah, he's the
The
bad
movie?
guy.
Oh. Damn, that's your favorite ass movie you do know.
To be fair, in Santa Clarita Diet, he's like
Much
he's
older.
like, yeah. So I never.
That's fair.
Oh my! I have to rewatch it right now.
I
Anyway.
still have your DVD.
Oh my God! I literally forgot about
It's on
that.
HBO Max.
It is on HBO Max.
Max.
Also, Drew Barrymore. I love Drew Barrymore with my heart and soul.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! So this is like a mini Scream reunion.
Wow.
I didn't even know.
Wow, that makes you probably like it even more now, huh?
I just got like a whole other level of angry right now. But anyway, so oh my god. Okay, so the other characters in the show are like they have a daughter, and she's like mad at the world kind of thing, but like she's also funny, so it's like a different kind of, and also this actress is great. And then they have like a neighbor who's like the nerdy, he's like the nerdy, like I know everything about the supernatural kind of character that you need in these kind of shows, because like obviously
that's so fun. They had everything they needed.
Oh, it's such a good show. And so
I want to watch it now.
No, you literally have to watch it. It's so funny also, and it's not like comedy that's like detrimental to any of the characters. It's like there's a lot of like
situational comedy.
Yes, and also a lot of physical comedy, like blood ends up.
I feel like nobody knows how to do that anymore.
No, well, like Modern Family was really good at it, I think, but oh my God.
That's also not a thing anymore, though.
That is. Anyway, so basically, and also really quickly before we go into why it got canceled, they also like their marketing. So I went to school in Northridge, which is like right next to Santa Clarita, and so also I didn't know Santa Clarita was a really racist. So had no idea. I found out. So around like Northridge, there's like obviously you know how like realtors put their ads on benches. So Netflix.
I remember you taking a picture of
that. Netflix did like a little realtor ad for these characters and put it on benches as if it was a real, like they were actual realtors.
Oh my God.
I was driving to work and I saw it. I almost crashed.
I think I literally did like now I'm like college memories are coming up. I did like a whole ass presentation about Netflix marketing because I was so fascinated by it.
So I have a picture.
They do it well.
I'll put it on my Instagram, but like I went back the next day with my friend and I was like, you need to take a picture of me with this bench in the middle of a mall. Like it's like there's like a gas station behind me. But I was like, this is so good. It's so good. Anyway, the cliffhanger. Actually, I'm not going to spoil it because I still think it's worth a watch. But it was like a huge cliffhanger, and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait. And this was one of those shows that you binge watch in a day because they're like short episodes. And then Netflix was like, after like a year, they're like, well, we're not going to do it anymore, guys. This was like when Netflix was like massacring its shows.
Yeah.
And this was one of the ones that got canceled.
Yeah, like the Get Down was a part of the segment. Yeah. Like a lot of
it was like 2017, 2018. They were just like, we kind of did too much, guys.
Yeah.
So
they bit off way more than they could chew.
And that, I'm sure that Stranger Things budget eats up a lot of it. So, and that's like a main thing.
They
so
have
like
big monster shows. Like not to like be punny, but
that's so sad. I'm still mourning it. Abby, what did you think about Santa Clarita Diet? What were your thoughts?
I love Santa Clarita Diet. My family is a huge Timothy Olyphant fan. Like huge. We've seen like almost everything he's been in. So great. And like it used him so well because I feel like Hollywood started to recognize how good he is like just past his like, I don't want to say prime, but you know what I mean? Like physical. He can't play romantic leads as much, anymore. Yeah. But in this one, he's married. He's a doting husband and he's funny comedically, but also like physically, like he's, he falls a bunch and all that stuff. And he's so good. And I also snagged Nathan Fillion for the and like, I feel like they did so well. And then they kind of, I don't know why they canceled it. I thought it was so good.
Did they explain?
So good. We never got an explanation.
He's going to be in the new Suicide Squad too.
Oh yeah. Nathan Fillion is, oh no. Yeah. Well, okay. Netflix doesn't release ratings.
Yeah, they don't explain anything.
And so no, we never.
But it's weird because I remember so many people talking about it.
This show was so popular. Netflix, please.
And I think it gathered like a very large audience. It was like a show you could watch with your family. Like it was like okay enough. Like there was raunchy comedy, but like you could still acceptably watch it. Yeah, exactly. And it like appealed to older people as well as younger people because you had both storylines. Right. You had like the young love storyline and you also had like the married couple storyline. So I just don't understand.
I just don't understand why they couldn't give it just one more. It was like
Did it end satisfyingly though?
No.
Oh God.
It was a cliffhanger and not even a little cliffhanger. It was like a huge cliffhanger.
I feel like because it was so popular, they should have like gave it an hour long like for other things.
It's just like it was getting to that 4 seasons like finale that like a lot of shows get, like when they're like cult shows and they're like the network is like, okay guys, just get it over with. And I feel like it could have that's all they have to do, like give us a 4th season with the series finale. Yeah. And we're never gonna get that and I will mourn that every day of my life. because it was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I loved this show so much. Oh, that's so
I know you
sad.
did. I'm so
It was
sorry.
also like really fresh.
Yes.
It was different. It was definitely different from what everything else was on TV at the time.
Like, what a good concept.
It was.
Oh my god, I'm looking at the posters now. I'm getting sad.
Dude, he's hot. What the heck? Why is he so hot? I can't. I'm gonna watch the show now.
You
because-
have to.
And
watch
I love the guy that plays Jared from Booksmart. So like I'm gonna have both ways to
He's
look.
so funny
Like
in
so
this show.
cute. And it's funny, like I want
Oh
a
my
show
god,
that
he's
like
so good in it.
Yeah.
okay,
I
fine,
think-
I'll watch it.
No, literally watch it like as soon you get home. Because it's not only are all the actors good, but they are good with each other.
Mhm.
Like all the relationships
All
are
of those
believable.
characters are really good at comedy.
And Drew Barrymore. Netflix, you had Drew Barrymore and you didn't give her a last season? Are you kidding me?
So true,
Are you
Bessie.
kidding me? I'm so mad.
You tell them.
I'm so mad about it.
Okay.
Why did we end on that one?
No, we didn't. I want to talk. Okay,
oh.
so like I don't want to go through each one of these. I'm going to talk about all of them, and then we can talk about this phenomenon
Okay.
that is, you know what I mean? Okay, so this is like shows that were canceled but brought back by fans, and I'm going to just like run through the list, and then we can talk about like
Oh,
why
wow.
this is so sick.
Yeah.
Basically, so we can end on a high note.
Yeah, period.
So Firefly, Abby, you want to talk about that one? I don't know too much about that one.
Firefly had one season?
Yeah, that actually has Nathan. Yeah, just one, and it was Nathan Fillion as well,
Mhm.
and he was the main character. And it was like a sci-fi show that kind of like the character was very similar to like very funny but still like serious and like raunchy sometimes. But it was a really, really good show. It only got one season, and after it was canceled, there was like a petition to bring it back.
Yeah.
And it ended up getting them a movie like 10 or something years later.
Wow,
So, a movie
that's a
called
long
Serenity,
time.
and it's pretty good
Yeah.
too. Yeah, and it was like in theaters.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally wouldn't know that.
I think Firefly
I
started
think it's
this
just
whole
because
thing.
like sci-fi shows are just beyond me. Like I really wouldn't know a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fatal flaw. I don't really love sci-fi. Anyways, I can talk fucking all day about fucking early 2000s
Okay, but
random teen movies.
Abby, hold on, really quick before we move on. I'll cover this very quickly. But like Abby brought up like that this character is like, I don't know what was going on from like 2000 to 2005. That TV shows and like movies, every single one of them, the main character was like a white straight man that like loves to like he like has an attitude and he's like kind of a jerk.
Yeah,
But like, oh, he has a soft side. Every single show.
that's so true.
Every single show. I don't know who does anybody like these characters? I hate this kind of character.
I feel like women do like this character. I hate to tell you. I hate to uphold the patriarchy. I really
I guess
fucking
that makes
do.
sense.
But like
my God.
all women want like, well, not all. I'm not gonna speak on behalf of, but like it is a very popular type of like a guy that's an asshole but has a soft spot for like something and
I
like
literally hate that
soft
trope
spot
so
for
much.
me. Do you like 10 Things I Hate About You or
I truly have never seen that movie in my life.
oh
But
okay.
like Community also like started like it's the main
What?
character is like that.
Yeah,
Like the main character is like a
but
jerk.
the side characters are fucking sick.
Yeah,
But like, why do we have to sit through an annoying white man to get good
Yeah, I
characters?
don't really want to view like I think we're beyond the time where that guy needs to be the main character. It definitely could have been one of the side characters that were not Chevy Chase though. Fuck Chevy Chase.
Oh no.
Fuck that guy. But the Community is like another one on the
Yeah.
list, and it got I don't remember what network it was on, but I thought it was interesting that it picked up by Yahoo. It got picked up by Yahoo.
It like hopped from network to network,
Yeah,
which is so interesting. And it's weird because
but
like
it's a really funny show.
it is really funny.
It's really
Like
good.
I hate to say it.
I
so
hate to-
funny.
But like it's because of like Donald Glover's
It's so good.
character and
Yeah.
like those characters are what make it funny, not Chevy Chase, not the white men. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. The white men, like
That's so
they're
true.
kind of like they're the ones that start all the shit,
Yeah,
and the
I think
other
that-
side characters are the ones that make it like watchable. Literally, wow, realizations.
but I think with Community, they like kind of realized that after like the first two seasons, and it became
Mhm.
more of like a ensemble than him being the main
Yes.
character, which is what I thought was
So
good because
true.
at that point that's what we needed, or it was like if they kept it with him being the main character.
Yeah, you can't have that many good actors that are so strong at comedy and like not have an ensemble cast. And I think that's like why it was so hard for me to watch like the first couple of seasons, because I was like, because I was watching it because I go through phases where I hyper fixate on like celebrities, and I know.
I remember all the phases.
I have a lot of phases, but another phase was Donald Glover, and like it's weird because they'll like go for years at a time.
It's a good
I don't know who it is right now. I don't think I have a. I think I'm just like female empowerment right now.
Right now it's your girl boss era.
My girl boss era.
You're in your reputation era right now.
That's
I'm
also
like reclaiming all the patriarchal like things that I did before. Okay, I'm okay with this era.
Yeah.
But I'm also okay with the Donald Glover era because he is literally another one of my best celebrities. Like he's so good at everything. Anyways, so yeah, I was like watching everything. I was catching up on all the things that I like missed, and I was watching Community, and everybody like hyped it up so much, and I was like watching the first season, and I was like, I like Joel McHale. I thought The Soup was so good on E! I really liked that little show, but I hated his character because he plays asshole characters. That's his typecast, and that's what it is. That's literally his character. That was his character on The Soup. Like that's the character he played, was like an asshole like TV show host. And he's really fucking good at it. Yeah. He's really fucking good at it. And then when I see interviews of him, I'm like, he's not that bad. He's really good at playing an asshole, though. It's kind of scary.
Okay, wait. Side note: the way that he hosted the Tiger King reunion, that was so weird. Anyway,
I hated that.
That was bizarre.
It was just really awkward because I'm like, why him? I think he's like one of the only talk show hosts that could actually like manage that, though.
That's because. Yeah, I think it's because he has a contract with Netflix. And I think Netflix actually, because with Community, the reason that Yahoo picked it up and that so many people petitioned is because they made a joke throughout the series called 6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
We want 6 seasons in a movie. So Yahoo did the 6th season. And now people are theorizing that like Netflix wants to do the movies.
I just got chills.
Community
chills?
Contract. Except for Donald Glover.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
No.
I know.
Okay, I will say, though.
It'd be really jarring to see Donald Glover reprise that role, though.
No, I don't think so. Because him and Danny Pudi did like a commercial.
Well, he did for the, during the pandemic, they did the, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? During the pandemic, they did like a read through again, and he did it.
Yeah. I think he's because down. I have so many fans.
Which I didn't expect from him, because he's definitely the biggest.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh yeah, like I think it's just like weird for me because like I don't associate that Donald Glover that I saw Community with the Donald Glover I see now. So I think it's just like
I heard you start saying something weird right now, but I don't.
Oh yeah, I like literally have so many. I love that man. Like I literally was like, it was like a hairstylist moment. Like I was like, I literally love this man. I want to marry this man. I like he's
oh my God.
He's great to me. Like I just like he's so good at everything he does. Anyway,
sorry.
Next one. One Day at a Time. So this was like a reprise of like an old TV show, right? That was like an all white cast, which I love when they do that. I feel like they've done this a couple times now. Like they revitalized like a white sitcom show, but with a all POC cast.
I like when they do it if they only keep the concept and change the characters. Because when they just change the characters to different races, I'm like, okay, that's like clearly you're
like POCs don't act like that.
Yeah,
like people in POCs like act different because they experience different things in the world.
But they also adjusted the characters to like their experience. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't like that.
What do you mean?
What do you? Oh, you're saying? I thought you were saying like they're just projecting the issues that the characters in the old show had on.
Oh no! Because this One Day at a Time reboot feels like a different show.
It is. Yeah. Because I watched like an episode of the original one, and I was like,
"It's
what, baby? What is this?"
Yeah.
Like I get how it fit like the time that it was actually airing. That makes 100% sense. But this is so good.
And this one fits the time that we're in now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to say.
Okay, I was not getting that at first.
Yeah, I don't think it came out of my mouth, honestly.
It's okay. We all have those days. But this cast is really great. Like it's so sad. Rita Moreno alone, like literal icon. And I think this like revitalized Justina, I don't know, Machado's like career, honestly, because I feel like she had a lot. I forget. Did she have a lot of like roles in like soap operas or
I
something?
think, okay, first of all, I love this trend of like Latinx, like people who do like soap operas and like other like Mexico and like South America. Like, I love the trend of them being brought into American film.
Love that. And like they did on Jane the Virgin. Like literally she was on Jane the Virgin.
They do it on like I was watching King Kong versus Godzilla and like the villain is like this guy from like Mexican soap opera.
It makes sense. If you can act so like that height and do it so well, of course you can
do it here.
Like, oh my god, it's so good.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I forgot. When I figured that out, I was like, because I was like also in like a deep Pedro Pascal like moment for like a month, I think.
I wonder what this is about.
What? Why do this?
Internalize the actors,
That's a conversation.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Next episode.
Episode. But I think this is a really good show. I remember binge watching it with my friend. She's like, "Have you seen this show? It is so good." And I watched it, and I literally was like, "This has so much heart to it."
Yeah.
And I could only imagine, like, again, like so many white people have so many like sitcom shows. I'm so glad that like we're finally getting these type of shows for POC families. I mean, like, I can't really like talk on experiences like that a Latinx family would have.
But also one of the characters is like one of the daughters is like gay,
she comes out, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I also think that's like super important.
Yeah.
Okay, so we said we weren't going to talk about them all that much, but okay, just really quickly to run through the last ones we have. Brooklyn Nine-Nine got canceled, brought back to a different network.
But like that one was a whirlwind. Sorry, but like that one literally was like 24 hours it got picked up. Yeah. Because people were like fucking pitchforks.
Because they got canceled and then everyone was like, all the networks wanted it.
Yeah, because it's a fucking good show. Like, ACAB,
it's so good.
We love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
But like they're fake cops, so like you know that they're not like actually doing anything.
Yeah, if you watch the show, they literally are a joke.
Yeah. The whole point is that they don't do anything.
Exactly.
Veronica Mars, it like got canceled like prematurely, and then Hulu was like, okay, we'll give you some more. But then did this one get canceled too?
Okay, listen, for Veronica Mars, literally the fans fundraised so they could get the movie. Did you know that? The fans literally, I think, didn't Abby or didn't Shelby like donate money to that? I feel like she did, or she talked about it or something.
She did.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
She was really excited.
The fans fundraised the money. That's cool. Why is that weird?
The actors couldn't.
That's a good point.
Kristen Bell could have done it single-handedly. I don't know how I feel about.
I didn't think about it like that.
But did the Hulu? Oh, the revival was canceled too.
Yeah, the revival was canceled.
Miss Veronica, it's just not your time.
Yeah, it's okay.
It was good while we had it. And then Family Guy. I actually didn't know this was.
So it got canceled, and then like the box DVDs came out, and then people. That it like broke records. How many fucking box DVD sets this shit sold? I didn't know about this either, so I thought it was interesting that DVD sales is what brought it back.
That's a fun
because that would not happen today.
Is Family Guy still running?
Yeah, now it's still running.
That's crazy.
And
I love that.
Yeah, I definitely watched it when I was way too young.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like
everyone did.
Like in elementary school, like you would have like because you had like the last button on your remote, so we would have it on Disney Channel. If you heard your parents like move, you would. Maybe just me, but I would always like have Disney Channel the one before, and I'd be watching Family Guy, and like it doesn't really matter. Like you don't know what the fuck is going on.
No, I literally did that once with an episode of Glee when I was little, and I felt so dirty after.
Yeah, I was like, I have a secret.
Yeah.
And I would always like anytime I heard like any movement, I would be like last, and it would be Disney Channel.
Like Wizards of Waverly Place. You're like, I'm just here watching.
Yeah, I wasn't actually allowed to watch Wizards of Waverly Place either.
Oh, interesting.
Anyways, so overall, I think that's really cool that fans have the power to do that. Yeah, I wasn't also allowed to. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to read Harry Potter. Christian things, anyways.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's just a weird, like, I don't think if I definitely did watch Wizards of Waverly Place because you can't really get around it, but I don't think it would have changed how I felt about Christianity. I don't know.
It had nothing to do with
religion. It was literally just vibes.
Yeah.
It's just vibes.
It was just vibes and crazy, funky, junky hats. Like,
yeah.
And also people...
Go ahead.
It's funny that some people thought that Wizard of Waverly Place, not Wizard, Harry Potter was like too not Christian, and other people thought it was too Christian because you could draw like parallels to.
Yeah, it's just very odd.
People are just never satisfied.
No, everyone's hater.
Just
Everyone
consume
is a
media
hater.
for what it is, guys, and let's just move
Yeah,
on.
I don't think it's that deep.
It's not.
It's really not. It's just there for a good time. Anyways, I do think this is like a really cool thing
Yeah.
that like fans can bring back shows and like demand that they get the justice that they receive. But I think like
It's a double-edged sword.
I think network shows can't get away with it as hard as like Netflix can get away with like not wrapping it up at all, because none of the shows that I saw on the list were a Netflix show, I don't think.
Oh my God. I just remembered the other day Hulu tweeted, like, they were like, no, we will not renew your show. So just like that. And I was like, Hulu, whoever your marketing, like whoever your Twitter person is should be fired, because that's mean.
That is mean.
Like, just let people hashtag renew whatever in your comments, and that's engagement. Why are you complaining?
Yeah, it's literally bringing attention to you. So
yeah. Plus, it I don't know. And then I saw people like directors complaining about it on Twitter. Like, I think it was James Gunn.
Complaining about
like they were like, oh, fans have they have too much power. Like, they think they can like control like what comes out. And I'm like, that's the point, guys.
Yeah, you're literally making things
for us to consume and to pay for. And if we don't like it, then we're not going to watch it. And I don't understand.
That's really weird. Maybe he's thinking.
I don't know
about,
if it was
like,
James Gunn. Sorry, James. I don't know if it was.
Yeah, I was like, well, if it was him, I was thinking like maybe if that's like Marvel fans do think they run the motherfucking show, and they're literally crazy. But like, I think in regards to like TV shows, I think especially TV shows, because you get so fucking attached to these characters, like. Can I at least have a little pretty bow on the end of it? Can I at least like get like a little snippet of like what they accomplish later?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sucks. So I think if a show has like a big fanfare online, I think like because you're still gonna get your money back on it, really, if there's like enough fan pushback that like everyone's upset that it got canceled. Like you can do like a one last episode to like kind of wrap up the storyline.
I will still take a Santa Clarita Diet finale.
Yeah.
10 years later, I don't care.
Yeah, I think that'd be okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like a little flash forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they deserve.
Period.
And especially because like the fans, a lot of fans like cult classics are still valid. Like just because it's not like super widely fucking received doesn't mean it's not important. You know? So. And that's how Kim sees it.
Oh my God. Anyway, everyone, thank you for listening. Abby, where can people find you on social media if you want to plug that?
My Instagram is @Christie with 2 E's. And I think that's the same for my Twitter as well.
Period. So go check out her and her work.
I'm sorry if there's like a lot of
Christie.
Okay.
I'm sorry if there's like a lot of audio issues with this. We have like a lot of Wi-Fi issues.
I'll do some editing.
Yeah. We're gonna
yeah, me too.
Yeah. It's okay.
I also apologize.
It's not your fault.
Yeah, I know.
You would think in 2021 Wi-Fi would progress this.
My God.
You know what I mean?
Everyone was like, oh, 5G is going to kill us. Okay, so then why do we not have Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
If 5G is so big and bad and scary, then how come we can't record a podcast?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so true.
Oh my God. Anyway, everyone, thank you for listening and stay safe.